Thank you for joining the Curaxis Pharmaceutical Investor presentation. I'm your host, Patrick Smith, CEO and a co-founder of Curaxis. My goal today is to provide you with the appropriate information to understand the very exciting opportunity Curaxis may offer and reinforce our leadership position in developing a disease-modifying treatment for a world suffering with Alzheimer's disease and numerous cancers related to the aging process. We provide the safe harbor statement for your protection and the protection of the company. The Curaxis investment thesis is clear. 20 years and billions of dollars have not produced an effective disease modifier in AD. Focusing research and clinical outcomes on targeting beta amyloid proteins as the causative factor in the disease has failed. Due to these failures, an entire industry reevaluation is seeking to find a more comprehensive answer. Today, it is generally accepted that beta amyloid is the wrong target and appears to be an immunological response to a primary causative factor. Curaxis scientists and collaborators believe that the primary factor is a dysregulation or malfunction of a fundamental hormone system precipitated by aging. The problem is defined by the following excerpts from a recent publications. Washington, D.C., the Alzheimer's Association President Harry Johns stated, "Today there are no treatments that can prevent, delay, slow, or stop the progression of Alzheimer's disease." Reuters went on to say in June, "Despite decades of study and billions of dollars of research efforts, doctors have few effective treatments for Alzheimer's disease." And finally, the New York Times stated in July, "New guidelines to diagnose the disease earlier were increased the number of patients diagnosed by 2 to 3 times, allowing for earlier intervention, and so far there are no drugs that alter the course of the disease." Curaxis believes these sentiments summarize accurately the current dilemma in the Alzheimer's disease industry. The answer, however, is not far from reach. Curaxis has been working for over 10 years on a comprehensive treatment addressing the multifactorial pathologies associated with AD. You can get an in-depth understanding of our success by reviewing the Curaxis Pharma website. Take time to view the scientific tutorial. It will provide a simple, factual, and understandable body of knowledge accumulating for many years. The Curaxis investment highlight are very pointed. The current market is very, very large. By 2050, cumulative costs of care top $20 trillion. Clearly, a first-in-class disease-modifying drug in the next few years will have an unprecedented investment upside. Current predominant theories have failed, creating a vast unmet medical need. And data overwhelmingly favoring Curaxis' approach provides treatments and solutions in conjunction with currently marketed drugs. And our compound and delivery substrate have a proven 20-year-plus safety record, providing confidence with no surprises in clinical use about long-term toxicities, or in other words, very FDA friendly. The financial and human impact is great. In the U.S. alone, there are currently 5.3 million people diagnosed with AD. Many, many more are undiagnosed. In the U.S., it is the 7th leading cause of death, but 3rd in the over 65 group. It is costing U.S. citizens $172 billion per year to pay for the disease. This figure does not address the social and psychological stresses on affected families. There exists 10.9 unpaid caregivers dealing with the stress of everyday life and suffering alongside a diseased family member. A very bleak scenario, to be sure. The Curaxis solution is the Memrite implant, a patented polyglycol polymer similar to a dissolvable suture, mixed with a patented blend of leuprolide acetate, providing a first-in-class treatment for AD. A very small and easy-to-implant delivery device that is implantable in the physician's office on an 8-week schedule. Safety profile of the combined ingredients in the implant have over 25 years of documented safety in humans. Medication implantation ensures compliance of dosing, a major problem in this patient population. And manufacturing scale-up is fast, low cost, with our partner Direct Corporation, and readily available API components are provided by our partner Covidien. The Curaxis solution and why it works. Starting from conception, a potent combination of hormones drive growth and development through a process of cell division. However, the predominant hormone in this equation is LH, or luteinizing hormone. It is the driving force of growth and development, puberty, reproduction, and aging. If you follow the release of LH throughout our lives, you can plainly see the relative quantities at any given point. The thesis is simple. LH is good for us early in our life and through our reproductive years, but it becomes detrimental after we are no longer reproductively viable. It is the ever-increasing levels of LH after menopause and andropause which cause neurons to attempt cell division unsuccessfully. This causes the neuron to die and provides the cascading pathological events we identify as Alzheimer's disease. Memrite lowers LH and stops this detrimental cascade. That's really all there is to it. Memrite has been shown to stop neurons from cell division. It stops tau phosphorylation. It lowers beta amyloid proliferation. It relieves oxidative stress as well as inflammation. These are the major pathological events found in the disease. No other treatment or theory to date has been able to scientifically produce these results. Most important, however, are the results in our clinical trials, and Memrite has shown a dramatic improvement in disease-modifying progression in 3 trials. Completed human clinical trials to date. Our phase 1, we used up to 4 implants to test the safety, drug release profile, and serum concentrations. All endpoints were met. In phase 2, women showed statistically significant results on all measured endpoints, the endpoints that are required by the FDA for approval. Men showed improvement, but not statistically significant. Additionally, we know the reason for stronger results in the women, and that will help us in future trials. In phase 3, we terminated the trial due to lack of sufficient funds. Economic factors in 06, 7, and 8 made the markets for private equity and venture capital disappear, especially in pharma. Upon truncation, phase 3 results showed positive signals in the major endpoints, statistically trending consistent with phase 2 data. Conclusions would suggest a highly viable disease-modifying candidate with safe, effective results for up to 1 year and longer.